everybody, I am Jarrett Ross, the GeneaVlogger, and I am here at RootsTech 2019, and we are going to go around, talk to a bunch of the attendees, and find out some of their history with genealogy.
Since I was about 16.
Probably 20 off and on, but past maybe 6.
Okay.
Pretty strong.
Strong 6 years.
A bit over 30.
Okay.
Since the 1980s.
Since I was 12 years old.
I'd say 1950s.
1950s?
Yeah, my sister did a bunch and kind of got a little bit interested in it. Had some stuff in it. You know, it's a rainy day and there's nothing to do, and you get in the back door and you find, oh, who's this guy? And Ancestors and stuff. So.
I started in 1980.
Okay, so you've been doing it a little while.
For about 38 years now.
Start with this guy. About 5 or 6 years.
5 or 6 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say probably about 3 years. Yeah. 2.
2 years? Okay, so slowly gets more years as you go along.
I'm not going to tell you my age. I'm in my 40s, and I started as a teenager as part of a church project.
I cannot count. I've been doing it since, I mean, if you can start counting that my family started telling the stories when I was like 5 at family reunions, and I fully participated. Like, tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. But since I was about 16, I knew about the census records and how to go into the, oh, I just forgot what it's called when you have to look at the last name. I can't remember. Before the internet.
I started in genealogy in 2004.
Okay, so it's been about 15 years.
About so, yeah.
Probably almost 50.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I have been doing it on and off since about 1995.
Okay. So that's about 24 years.
Yes, thank you for doing the
Awesome.
math.
Yeah. And you, sir?
You know, it's a great question. I'm not sure that I qualify as a genealogist, but I've been collecting family stories since I sat in the laps of aunts and uncles and grandparents.
Oh, that's very
so
cool.
That's a long time.
I've become, so I guess probably 70 years.
All right, very cool.
So,
Probably about 30 years. I started when I was 15.
Oh, wow.
Off and on a little bit. Back then the internet wasn't available, so you had to mail everything off, and as a teenager that wasn't exactly exciting. You'd get excited about something and then having to wait for it. I wasn't good at waiting.
The first time you've ever been to RootsTech?
Yes.
This is my first year. I've wanted to come for years, but this is my first time.
Nope,
No? How many times have you been?
this is my 3rd or 4th.
Okay,
Probably
wow. So you're a veteran of RootsTech at this point.
A little bit.
My husband and I have been coming since 2016 when he stole my bucket list and started teaching at RootsTech, and that thankfully my bucket list was achieved in 2016. So 2016 till today.
No.
How many have you been to?
5.
Been here this year. It's
This
my
is the
very
first year.
first time. It is.
This is my 4th time.
Okay, very cool. Very
So
cool.
becoming, a veteran
Yeah.
at that.
I think I've been here every time it happened.
Oh, wow. So you've seen them all.
Yeah.
Second.
Second?
For you.
5th. Oh, wow. RootsTech every single
Our
year.
second.
now,
This is our 3rd,
The 3rd.
and can I just say this has been the best so far.
Oh, really?
I know it's going to get better, but this has been the best of our
it's
3
better organized. They ask folks, the blue shirts, the green shirts,
The pink shirts.
It's just been a great,
Yeah.
it really has been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The apps that they've used, the maps, where are you now, how do I get to where, all of that. It's been a wonderful facilitation.
And the being able to connect, that portion of being able to connect. I met a 4th cousin yesterday. It's the first
Very cool.
time I've ever met a 4th cousin, and
Oh, wow.
we just had like instant connection.
All 9 years.
All 9 years.
Absolutely.
Now, you're obviously working with RootsTech. How many years have you been working with RootsTech?
All 9.
All 9?
Yep, I've been working in the genealogy industry for 11 years. So I was here when RootsTech started, and I've definitely wanted to be involved since the beginning. I love it so much.
That's awesome.
I've been every time except last year.
No, this is, I actually can't remember, it's either my 5th or 6th.
Oh, wow. So a real veteran.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it might be the 4th or 5th one in a row, and then we had a year off, but I went to the 2nd one they ever had.
Okay. No. Okay. Are you interested in going to another genealogy conferences?
No, because this one's fulfilling most of
the needs that I have.
No, not yet.
Done a bunch of library ones. My wife was a library director in Orem, and we went to various Phoenix and other cities. It's just public library conventions. So
I've done one of the conferences at BYU. I've been down there I think twice, and then many years ago I did a conference here in Salt Lake that was for the International Genealogy Conference that year. So Salt Lake hosted it, so I came here then.
Well, I've done like the family search,
Oh,
the
okay.
conferences, but that's about it.
This is your first real big conference.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah,
Which ones have you been to?
I don't remember what it's called, but I've been to the ones down in St. George.
Yeah, last year I went to NGS and FGS both.
Okay.
Our society in Michigan organised the NGS 2018. And in previous years I've been to sometimes FGS and sometimes NGS.
So we haven't. Actually bought a bunch of kits on discount here and ended up giving them out to relatives.
Not yet. I purchased a DNA kit yesterday from Living DNA.
Oh, awesome.
But I
awesome.
actually plan on purchasing from several others as I go. I heard the more you test, the better off your results.
Any of the specific databases that you really want to get into?
Well, I know I can upload to MyHeritage, so probably not there. I think I'll be doing with Ancestry, and then there was another one, and it's just not coming to my mind at this moment.
23andMe?
I think that was it, yes,
Okay.
23andMe, because I know Family Tree DNA can also be uploaded
Yep.
too, so I wouldn't have to worry about those. But the ones that aren't quite integrating yet, I wanted to take advantage.
Yeah, we've done about 6 DNA tests in the family.
All right.
So myself, my wife, my uncle, my mother, actually 2 uncles, my mother, and a family cousin.
That's a pretty good survey of the
Yeah,
family.
so it's a start, yes.
Where has everyone tested? Have they all tested the same site?
No, we've done both Ancestry DNA and also Family Tree DNA.
Yes.
Yes. All right. And
Are you guys?
anyone in yours or?
In my family, not me.
Oh, okay. You're the one last one.
Yeah. Still gotta go one.
What sites have you guys tested on or had family members test?
Ancestry and MyHeritage.
Okay.
And then I did it through a doctor a long time ago, and I think it was 23andMe, but my grandma has done the Ancestry, and she really liked it.
Have you done any DNA testing?
Yes.
You have? Who have you tested with?
Ancestry.
Yes, I have.
Who have you tested with?
Ancestry. I have.
Who have you tested with?
Ancestry.
Where-
Yes,
Who have you tested with?
Ancestry. And I did it about 5 years ago.
Yes, I've tested all of the companies.
All of the companies?
Yeah.
Including Living DNA?
Yes.
All right, you got all of them.
Yeah, Living DNA, MyHeritage, Ancestry, Family Tree DNA, and the very first test I ever took was the Sorensen Molecular Genealogy
Oh,
Foundation.
okay, so even before the Family Tree
Yeah,
DNA
so they
came
were the first ones doing tests, or one of the first.
And where have you tested?
Well, Andy and I have both tested at all 4 companies, and Andy has done multiple tests with Ancestry DNA to compare, are they making it up? So you'll have to put a link to that video.
Yeah.
But yes, we've tested with all of the companies. Well, let me rephrase that. All of the companies that have cousin matching. Ancestry DNA, 23andMe, MyHeritage,
Family Tree DNA?
Family Tree DNA. Yeah, that's
There we
the
go,
one.
yeah. So I think the only ones missing is Living DNA, which just released their matching database.
Well, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So Living DNA, we did test with Living DNA, and we haven't reviewed them yet because their German ethnicity reports have not been very good. They said I was very, very English and no German.
Oh, okay.
And I'm at least 25% German.
Yes, for myself and got my parents as well.
Where have you all tested?
We used Ancestry. Yep. We were most curious about the ethnicity, percentages, so we started there.
Yes,
Yes, we have.
Where have you tested?
Ancestry DNA.
And Ancestry DNA and also Family Tree DNA.
Okay.
And not a need to do
I just bought a kit with 23andMe
23andMe.
today.
Oh, okay. Oh, today.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So I pretty much know what's going to take me out.
Yes, twice.
Where have you tested at?
Ancestry and their other one, you and
23andMe.
Well,
Okay.
they bought it. It's theirs too.
My father.
Okay.
Definitely my father. His family history is very rich, and since he would be able to get that Y chromosomal that I can't get from my DNA testing, it would be magical if I could get him to do it.
We were going to have my dad tested, and he passed away, so we didn't actually get that. So we're thinking about just having Mom just to kind of
get that
her
older
in.
generation.
Yeah.
I hope maybe my daughter will be tested, but it's okay.
My brother-in-law, I can't convince him yet. He's adopted, and he's just a little scared to get it done and find out what's going on there. So my brother-in-law's the one. But if I could, it would be my grandmother. But she died when I was 3, so it doesn't work.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I have a cousin I would like to get tested. Yeah, that would be kind of cool to see that happen.
Our youngest son with 23andMe for Christmas.
Okay. And I've done the Y, and my brother and I. So I don't think so. I mean, I mean, my family's a very small family.
Okay.
So there's not a lot.
And then my brother is the only living male on my side, and I gifted him a couple years ago with a DNA.
Oh, okay.
So.
Awesome.
I have an uncle Michael, and he's from South America. I'm trying to remember what country, but I think Peru. So I think that'd be cool. But for like our own records, I think we have a lot. I think my grandparents on both sides have done it, so we have a lot of kind of that DNA testing. So I think I'm good there. But
awesome. Now obviously you want to get tested, I'm sure. Is there a specific site that you want to get tested on?
I'd have to do a little more research before I decided.
Still figuring it out.
I'd say probably Ancestry seems like the best bet.
You know what? We've tested everybody that I know, so I'd rather say this. If you know that you are a Geisler, a Carlsberger, or a Townsend, could you please go get tested? Because that's going to help me. My brick walls are in Geisler, Townsend, and Carlsberger. And Mach, M-A-E-C-K from Germany. So if those names appear in your tree, then you need to be tested.
One daughter who got interested in genealogy, she just got tested this month.
Oh, she did. So it's still waiting for the results?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very cool.
And so now my wife will need to do it because she's not going to have the full understanding.
Yeah.
Meeting you!
Awesome.
DNA. I'd like to get up to speed on that because it's like learning a foreign language almost. You know.
I wanted to learn about German and Polish genealogy when I came here. I've been doing a lot of work on my husband's side, and we've hit a massive brick wall on just his great-great-grandmother. We can't go any further back because all we can find is a marriage record with an odd named city that no expert I've talked to yet can seem to find. So I figured maybe if I learned a little bit more about where else to look to find other clues, that I might be able to break that wall.
I'd like to learn more about my German ancestry and how to research more in the German area.
For me, it's been how to write family history, family stories, to make them attractive to descendants, and so that they don't just think, boring, and roll the eyes and all that stuff. So that's been my desire.
Create the narrative out of all the dry facts.
Yes, absolutely.
And I'm like the fellow that Lens Nielsen, who was a presenter, talked about photos and what have you. I'm not 40,000 pictures, and I came to know I need to get them down to about 500.
Oh wow!
So and I've got I've got tins, I've got pictures. I don't even know who they are.
Boxes.
Wow. So I came here to get that resolved in my mind. So I got what I came for.
So one of the things that we're trying to do now with all the research we've done for these past number of decades, as I mentioned, also we're trying to now take it to the next level. In this case, archiving, digitizing, preserving, and the final effort is creating those stories, the vignettes.
Right. That narrative.
Yes, trying to, as I always talk about, trying to take somebody from just being names and dates and places into a real individual.
Yeah.
And make them into, represent who they were as best we can. So that's kind of our goal this year.
When I started, you wrote everything down, you typed it all up.
Yeah.
You stored it in books. Now it's digital cameras that can take pictures and put it right on the computer. You can talk to your computer. You don't even have to type. all those aid. There's more and more sites, more and more countries are putting their stuff out. Hey, in the 21st century, there's more and more stuff to do. We'll be able to go as far as we can. I think the ability to go until you can't go any farther, you know, till you just index for the rest of your life.
How to better find the people that you just can't find, like the people that just disappear. How to find like all the avenues to take. So I'm kind of realizing it's not as easy as that, but
kind of similar, like finding the people that are just never there, and then telling their stories.
Personally, figuring out how to cross the pond, so going beyond American in research and starting to get much more into European.
I think because I'm really big into pictures and stuff, I'm really wanting to make sure I have a good quality picture, you know, and stuff. And so I've kind of done that, but I have really taken all kinds of classes. Just
So lots of different interests.
Oh God,
lots of different interests.
But I think that's the one because I don't want to lose those, and you know I only had them for a short time to get them scanned in anyway. So
I am all about spreading joy this year, so that is my job. I'm working RootsTech, and I don't know if the camera can see it. There we go. Spreading joy.
Yeah, I think it got the spreading. So.
Spreading joy. I'm not tall enough.
just to keep up with what some of the new things. So like Blaine Betting just talked this morning, where he explained the new changes that Ancestry DNA released just yesterday, which caused him to have to rewrite most of his talk for today last night. But one of the side interests I have is, and the class I'm heading off to now is about slave research. My wife's boss is African American, and between my wife and I, we've put a lot of effort into researching her family.
Very cool.
So I'm always keen to new tips and tricks about African American and slave research.
I want to learn how to get through a brick wall in New York. Research, and my great-grandparents came to New York, I believe, and they came from Germany, but I don't know where in Germany. And I've gone everywhere you can imagine to look for information, and I have found it out through trial and error. So it's been a big puzzle putting it together. And I have an appointment with a coach today to see if they can maybe give me some more suggestions.
Very cool. So the coach, you were talking about the coach's corner, a little piece of RootsTech that I think not a lot of people know about.
And then I also went to a class on New York history and research. And so between the two, I think I might have some links. I don't know.
So much. I actually have a Mac computer, so I'm using Reunion software, and I'm trying to figure out if I should stay with that or if I should bump up to maybe another one that's kind of, merging in and becoming a hybrid. So that's a big concern of mine, plus finding out more what to do with my records, what to keep, what to toss.
Seriously, meeting other people that are educators. We build a tight-knit community because we really want to deliver great content to people so they can have success. But I'll tell you what my absolute favorite thing about RootsTech. So I lived in Iowa for 7 years, and then I moved back to Texas, where I'm from. And I just met up with my neighbor, who I haven't seen since 2014. And I have another daughter. So I was a youth leader for a number of years, and my daughter I get to see tomorrow.
Oh, that's so cool.
And I haven't seen her since 2014. So
that's awesome.
I like that I like that RootsTech brings a lot of people to this conference, and sometimes it's your neighbors, it's your friends, it's people you worked with years ago, and then you meet up, and it's just so great. And I mean, the classes are great and learning's great, but for me, when I don't know, I'm super excited.
Awesome. All right. That's it. All right. Well, that's it.
Cool.
That's it.
Thank
So
you. Sorry, I screwed up
no
your
problem.
questions.
No. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for doing that. Thank you so much.
Oh no, thank you. Best of luck to you.
So, awesome. Thanks so much, guys.
Awesome.
All right, well, thank you so much for stopping. Thank you so much for stopping. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing it. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. We're like best friends now. Me and Jerry. Absolutely.